We're at TVLine's Comic-Con studio, presented by ZTE with the lovely Yvette Nicole Brown.
Hi, Michael Osceola.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So,
Yes.
Bates Motel,
Yes.
which you need to watch, just cast Marion Crane.
Who's Marion Crane?
Rihanna.
No.
Yes.
That's great.
Isn't that amazing?
That is so great. Like, my brain was like, what did he say, Rihanna? But now that I think about it, that is great. Are you kidding me?
I swear to God, I'm not kidding you. It's amazing. She shot a video for them, showed it at the panel. She's playing Marion Crane.
That is the best thing I've heard today, and I've heard a lot of wonderful things today.
Yeah.
That is great.
I love it on so many
That
levels.
makes me so happy. So how many episodes is she going to do? Like, what
a
is...
couple. It's an arc.
I freaking
It's
love
the final season of the show.
I freaking love it.
Yeah, so you need to catch up.
I'm going to catch up.
Before the next season, in time for Rihanna's
That
debut.
makes me
as
really
Marion
happy.
Crane.
That's going to be so great.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
So
yeah.
before we get to the Odd Couple and your stuff, let's hit Walking Dead.
Yes.
Which is kind of your stuff.
That is
I
kind of
mean,
my stuff.
You're invested in that show.
Yeah, I love that show.
Who do you think Negan killed?
You know, the funny thing is, I have not tried to figure out who he killed. And I know that I'm the only one, because people were sending me like diagrams and flowcharts and graphs. And I don't want to know, and this is why. We had like 4 months to wait, and I didn't want to mourn one of my favorites for 4 months. I choose to be blissfully in denial, and in my mind, nobody died. And then if that's not the case, I'll find out in October, and then I can go right into all of those episodes to soothe my pain. But I didn't want to spend the summer just sad.
You are so good on Talking Dead.
Thank you.
You need to be like the permanent co-host.
I would love it. I think, you know, my love for the show and my, probably some would say over preparing for the show started because of how much I love Chris Hardwick. And I didn't want him to have to work so hard. And I'd seen some episodes where he'd be like, what do you think about Rick? And they'd be like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to do that to him. So the first time I went on, I was like, well, let me watch the whole season and let me get prepared. And so now it's become that every single time I go on. So.
And even when you're not on it, you're there.
I do, because I'm a fan. Like,
That's
I'm
amazing.
such a fan of television. I'm like you started doing this because you love television and movies and entertainment, and I'm a fan. And so the great thing about going to the Talking Dead, even when you're not on, is you can watch the episode early. And so if it's an episode where I'm like, I gotta know what happened, I will just get in my car and drive down there and watch it early. So yeah, it's crazy.
I love it.
It's crazy.
What else are you obsessed with right now? So we just talked about you're going to watch Stranger Things
Yes,
on
I have to
Sunday.
watch Stranger Things. The only reason I have not watched Stranger Things yet is that I'm moderating 4 panels at Comic-Con and I needed to get ready.
Okay.
And I've heard from everyone that has started, as soon as you press play on Netflix, you do not stop until you've watched all the episodes. And I knew that I had too many other things to watch to get ready for Comic-Con. Sunday, when I leave Comic-Con, that's my entire day.
Can I join you?
Well, you want to come? You want to see it again?
I want to watch it through someone else's eyes and enjoy it
is
again
that
and have
great?
pizza.
Did you feel the same way about Sense8?
No.
No. Did you watch Sense8?
I started and stopped.
Where'd you stop?
Like episode 2.
Yeah, that's the thing about
Sense8.
Sense8. Let me tell you something. Everyone that watches Sense8, you have to make it at least to episode 4.
Really?
Once you get to 4, you'll feel about that the way you feel about Stranger Things. I'm telling you.
I don't think so.
I promise you, you will. Look, in this landscape, that's a big, amount of time to give to something that you may or may not.
I got a lot going on.
Exactly. So maybe
man.
don't. But I know, as in your life, as a man in my life, I got a lot. I love that. Yes, I have a lot going on as a woman in this world. A lot going on.
The Odd Couple.
Yes.
It's entering its 3rd season.
Can you believe it?
It's crazy.
Can you believe it?
How did that happen?
You know, I think that we're kind of hiding on the schedule. Like, I don't know if CBS knows we're still there, and I'm hoping they never find out. Honestly, I think it's the source material and what Neil Simon and then Gary Marshall brought to television with it. And Thomas Lennon is channeling Tony Randall in the best way. And you got Matthew Perry and Wendell Pearson, Lindsay Sloan. And I just feel like it's a labor of love for all of us. And so I am overjoyed that we get another season to figure out who these people are. And our version of The Odd Couple is a real ensemble. So it's been fun to be wacky all together. Yeah.
Some sad news though, Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
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 I saw some of your tweets.
Yeah. As I get emotional here, he was everything to me before I even met him when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like Happy Days and Laverne and Shirley. So to come to the first day of taping, or actually it was my wardrobe fitting, and I saw his name on a parking placard, and he spelled his name with 2 R's. So I know if I see 2 R's and it's in any vicinity of The Odd Couple, that is the Gary Marshall. And I remember thinking, is he gonna be here with us? And Gary was with us at every table read, at every taping. He would go up in the audience and answer questions that the audience had if we did a joke. Sorry. If we did a joke and it didn't land, Gary was in the huddle, giving jokes. I'm sorry. He was an amazing man who was super famous and super successful, but he never stopped being loved. And in this world, with what we're seeing in politics and the rudeness on Twitter with what they did to Leslie Jones and all this stuff that's going on, there's not enough love. And Gary Marshall was love. And so when he passed away, I felt like the world lost love. And that's the best, I'm sorry, that's the best example that I can give for what it felt like when I got the news. And I got the news because one of our stand-ins, Ruth, just sent me a text and she was like, this is not true what I'm hearing about Gary. And I'm thinking, he's going to do another movie. Like, what is this great thing that you're not sure? It's so amazing you're not sure of it. And she said, I heard he died. And I just, like, tell me that's not true. And I knew he was 81. Like, I knew that he was older and he had some health issues, but he was so lovely. Like, you just felt like he was going to live forever. And you wanted him to live forever because they don't make him like him anymore. They don't. He was one of a kind, and I know that I only was blessed to know him for 2.5 years. I can't imagine what Julia Roberts feels, or what Kate Hudson feels, or what his wife feels, or his kids, or his grandkids. Like, if he can touch me, seeing him 3 times a week on my show, what did he do for the people who saw him every day? Like, that's just, it makes you want to be a better person. It makes you want to care for people more. It makes you want to be worthy of walking on this planet, because he walked worthy every single day. Every blessing he got, he was worthy of every blessing he got. He was a great man. He's a great man. And I don't know how we're going to do the show without him. Honestly, I just don't know. So, sorry I'm crying on TVLine, but this is what it is.